How's it guys? Chris here from Cowboy Rugby. In this video, I just want to discuss a few key elements that I think the Springboks are really going to have to work on. They're things that they didn't get right against the All Blacks. All Springbok fans are happy that we won those two games, but to be honest, there were a lot of areas for improvement. I don't know if you guys watched my earlier video about what went wrong. Well, sorry, it was titled How the Boks Won the Second Test Against the All Blacks. So in that, I highlighted what went well and what went badly for both teams. So a lot of errors from both sides. And to be fair, either team could have taken it. I know a lot of fans are giving the Springbok fans are giving the All Black fans stick about it, but really, really close games, and it could have gone either way. So big areas of improvement that Rassie is going to want from the players and that I think they're going to want from themselves. First off, scrums. There wasn't much scrum dominance. This is a huge, huge opportunity for somebody like Thomas du Toit to come through and actually give himself a shot at being a full-time member of the Boks First Choice 23. He's been fantastic for Bath, but hasn't really had too many opportunities. I think he's played a little bit against Australia and he played against Portugal. That's been about it. So a huge opportunity for him here. Next up, I think lineouts. Boks lost a lot of lineouts. There were about, I think in the video, I highlighted about 7 or 8 of them. So lots of overthrows, lots of steals by the opposition, disruptions. The Boks pride themselves on dominating at the scrum, getting a line out, taking that line out cleanly, and then mauling it up. And it just wasn't happening against the All Blacks. So that's something that's part of the Springbok DNA. It's part of what won them the World Cup in 2019. They're really going to need to get back to that and sort that out. So scrums were an issue, lineouts were an issue. Those are two big factors of the three that I just mentioned. Third one, the mauls. Springboks mauls were not good against the All Blacks. They were either getting counted and sometimes, sorry, they're getting held up and then sometimes pushed back. So not good for them. So the All Blacks really did well to basically take the legs out of the Springboks. They took away that base that they operate from. So they need to work on the scrums, they need to work on the lineouts, they need to work on the mauls. The next thing was breakdowns. So I think there were 7 or 8 clean steals, like proper steals, not disrupted ball where they're forced to knock on this, that, or the other. I also highlighted a few of those in the video, and ball slowed down, but the Boks were completely outplayed there. What the All Blacks were doing was running a 3-man system where they'd basically have 2 tacklers going up against 1 man, and they'd pivot a man around to get between him and the support players, the cleaners. So that man who was legally part of the tackle would hold on, and then just break off and, oh, sorry, I'm in the way of the cleaners. Very clever play by them. It's all completely legal. They're just using a loophole there. That split-second delay was often, as we saw in that game, often the difference between a good clean and getting the steal by the All Blacks. So the Boks are going to need to be street smart there. With the new players coming into the side, Lukhanyo Am's got a big opportunity there to be that playmaker at inside center. He's less of a battering ram than Damien de Allende is, and he's also, like de Allende, he can steal as well. So that's another factor that I think is going to play a big part here with the Bok team. I think the coaching staff realized that they made a bit of a mistake there. Malcolm Marx is in, he can steal. Thomas du Toit is in, he can steal. Marco van Staden, we know, can steal, and then Lukhanyo Am. So all of a sudden, you've got 4 fetchers there who can get over the ball. There are 1 or 2 other players. Jasper Wiese can get some, but he's not known to play to the ball. Later on, you'll have Quacker Smith coming on, also a fantastic fetcher. So I think it's an area of the game that they really need to focus on. And the reason they're playing Jan Hendrik at hooker is because he can steal a bit as well. We've seen him do that for the Bulls. I think it's a good opportunity for him just to show what he can do, also show off his versatility. So we know at the moment he's been sort of 3rd choice hooker at the Bulls, and this is just a chance for him to stake his claim. And there's always that pressure on with Johan Krobler behind him now. and he'll just be pushing him, and Jan Hendrik knows this is it. He's been given a big opportunity overseas against Argentina. It's a hostile environment. Rusty likes to see what the guys are made of. It's literally within the Springbok environment, it's make or break. You get given that opportunity, you get put under huge pressure. Some people fold under it and other people turn into diamonds. And I think Jan Hendrik is going to be one of those. He's big, he's mobile, he's strong, and he's got a good rugby brain. So they just want to see certain things from him, hitting the lineouts, scrumming well, and how is he in the loose? Is he acting as a fourth loose forward? Is he getting those turnovers? So going to be paying particular attention to him and how he does in his debut at hooker. Obviously, he's had some games at loosehead, but really want to see how he goes there and what his impact on the game is. They talk about the battle stats. And last year, if you guys watch Chasing the Sun, you'll see that Quacker Smith was top of those. So in his time on the field, for every minute, he's making a big impact there. And that's what they're looking at for the rest of the team. So who else is going to be under the spotlight? Apalelo Fassi again at fullback. His game management wasn't quite on par with Willie Leroux. They're very different players there. Willie's this creator who comes in as basically a second fly half. We often see him looping out when the Boks will do a double movement. So they'll put up three players, the ball will come out to the back to Pollard. He'll swing it to somebody who'll pop it out the back to Willie and going around or straight to Willie. And we see a lot of moves down the flank and a lot of tries for the wings or a lot of running opportunities. So Fassi tends to hit the line more. He's not as much of a creator. He's more an action man than this magician with the ball. So we're going to need to see what he can do if he can play that tactical game. Again, it's overseas. It's against Argentina on their home ground. It's going to be hostile. And it's just a good opportunity for him to show what he can do under pressure. With the rest of the guys in the team, Salman Murat, big opportunity with the captaincy. I know a lot of people have been quite critical about him, but he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's been a leader all the way through from juniors, captained every team he's played for. So he's down the pecking order for sure, behind Lewitt and Adhia and probably Jean Klein, Eben, Franco Mostert. But all those guys are moving on, getting a bit older. We don't know if they're all going to make it to the next World Cup. So it's good to develop the younger guys, give them an opportunity. And I think if there hadn't been a few untimely injuries to certain players like Henko van Wyk, we would have seen even more debutants. I think Russie's treating this game as kind of a must-win, and we'll see some players coming back into the squad who possibly weren't there before. So maybe Andre Hugo Venter, Andre Esterhuizen, he was supposed to be out for 3 months, but he's now back. He's going to be playing in the Currie Cup final with the Sharks, had a great 100 minutes, I think it was, for the Sharks against the Bulls in the semi-final. That game went into extra time. So he's really tested himself. He's got his fitness back. So it'll be good to see if he can get a run. If not in this game, then end of season tour. Definitely need to get him some game time in that inside center position. Yeah, just a lot of opportunities. Ethan Hooker, Ruan Venter, he's had a great season in the Currie Cup, also had a good debut for the Boks against Portugal. So is he going to get an opportunity against Argentina? We're just going to have to wait and see. But hopefully he does. The more experienced guys, your Peter Steph Toys, Evans, Bongi and Malcolm, they've all had a hard season already, both for their clubs and provinces, and also internationally. So it would be good to give them a bit of a rest before the end of season tour, especially if the second test against Argentina is a dead rubber. Guys, that's my opinion. My areas of work on for the Springboks are those. Also, one or two moves in the back line didn't quite come off, but hopefully we see some cleaner running and also a bit of better decision making. So just to sum it up again, it's the scrums, lineouts, mauls, rucks. Definitely need to work on those. Argentina have a really good pack. They're not going to sit back. We've seen them beat the Wallabies this year. We've seen them beat the All Blacks this year in New Zealand. So it's going to be a hard physical game. Let me know if there are any areas I missed or anything else you think the Boks need to work on. And as usual, please hit that like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers. Enjoy the game.